Hey everyone, I hope you guys had a great 4th of July weekend. We have another stimulus update for you, and today we're going to keep it really short, sweet, and simple because I know what you really want to know. Is this stimulus thing really going to happen? Are they going to get more money out to me? Am I going to be included? And when is this all going to go down? So what I'm going to do in this episode is share with you what I think the only two major hurdles are that are left for this thing to finally get passed. CNN did a good article on it. I'm going to leave you the link to that article in the description below. Whether or not you like CNN, they can inspire good videos like this one. So what are the two major hurdles that we need to pass? The first one is the divide between Republican leadership in the Senate. Basically, they cannot agree with each other on what to include in the next stimulus package. When Senator Rob Portman was asked about this, and he's a Republican from Ohio, they asked him, do you think the Senate leadership, the Republican leadership, can get another stimulus bill finally written and passed before you go on recess again after August 7th? And he said this, it's possible, but there is a difference of opinion. And he's talking about between the Republican leadership. They cannot agree with each other. And where can't they agree? Number one, the unemployment insurance. That $600 boost to unemployment, there are many Republicans who want to continue that $600 as is. There are some who want to continue it at a lower rate, and there are some who want to get rid of it altogether. They can't agree on this. Also, state and local aid, the hundreds of billions of dollars, if not $1 trillion, that the House Democrats want to give to the governments like New York and California and Chicago and Florida. The Republican leadership in the Senate does not want to give that kind of money to these states. However, there are some Republicans who are willing to give a large amount of money, and then there are some Republicans who don't want to give any. They see it as funding these states who have not balanced their budgets, and they see it as a bailout for them. So this is the big hurdle that needs to be passed. So what are the Republicans going to do? In my opinion, one of two things. Either they're going to basically look at the situation and go, we have a problem, but because we can't agree, the way we're going to go forward is we're going to do the smallest thing we can that can get us by. Listen, we just need to give a little bit more funding here, just a little bit more money here, just a little bit more there, and then we'll see how it goes, and maybe later on we'll pass a bigger thing. I could see that happening basically because they can't agree and they just want to get something through. And if they do that, we're going to run into hurdle number 2 big time, which is going to be the difference of opinion between the Senate Republicans and the House Democrats. If the Republicans in the Senate offer a tiny sub $1 trillion bill, the House Democrats are going to deny it. They will not pass it because they're going to say, basically, you're not doing enough here, and we're going to stall things out, and it's going to be a big problem. The American people are not going to like it. I don't think the Senate Republicans are going to do this for a number of reasons. Number one, the economy needs this. People need this. Businesses need this. They have important deadlines that are coming up. And this is an election year. It would be a disaster to stall this thing out in this way. Even if you are a fiscal conservative, it would be a disaster for the Republican Party going forward to stall this thing out simply because you don't want to spend too much money. It's not the time to do it. So, to recap, hurdle number 1, Republican leadership in the Senate, they are not agreeing with each other. In the next 2 weeks, while they're on recess, they need to come to an agreement. They're either going to pass a really tiny sub $1 trillion bill, or they're going to say, you know what? It's an election year. We need to get this thing done. It's got to happen. People are waiting. People need help. It's going to be a $2 trillion bill. I think they're going to go with the $2 trillion bill. If they do that, then hurdle number 2, the difference between the Republicans and the Democrats, is going to be easier to jump over because the Democrats are going to go, okay, at least you offered a pretty decent sized bill. It's not the $3 trillion bill that we put in the HEROES Act, but at least it's substantial and it's going to make that hurdle easier to jump over. Where are we right now? The Senate Republicans, they are on a recess. They are coming back on the 20th of July. I believe they're going to put a proposal together in that week. They are going to vote on it and pass it by the end of the week, and it's going to finally go to the House Democrats. They're going to take a look at it, and if it's a pretty decent sized bill, we're going to get something passed by August. But if we start playing politics again and we start going back and forth, this could easily go into the early parts of August, and possibly, if Senate Republicans decide to put something really tiny together, possibly longer than that. But then again, that's why we vote. Now, there's a lot of things we need to consider when we vote. This is one of them, but there's other things as well. I'm not going to get involved in that sort of thing. It's between you and the ballot box. But obviously, this is something that our political leaders don't want in the back of our mind. I hope you guys found the information valuable. As always, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing to the channel. I would love to have you come along with us. I will catch you guys next time.